found new success with her production company in Island Girl Productions, writing, directing, and producing her award-winning film short, Secrets. She's also the founding creator of the Jamaican Film and Music Festival, which in 5 years gave birth to 5 Showtime filmmaker finalists. A global motivational speaker and health advocate, Sheryl Lee consistently creates a contagious positive energy with her spontaneous humor and quick wit, which has made her a much sought-after speaker in many spheres. This honorary member of Delta Sigma Theta sorority holds the distinction of being the first and youngest female graduate of Rutgers College, RU, at the age of 19. And so she was named one of the most fierce and fabulous women in America by Essence magazine for her HIV/AIDS advocacy. She is a recipient of the Doctorate in Humane Letters from Tougaloo College and Houston-Tillotson University for her AIDS activism. A mother of 2, with a blended family of 4, Sheryl Lee loves motherhood and marriage. Married to State Senator Vincent Hughes of Pennsylvania, she acknowledges that love is the greatest gift to be given and shared. Please welcome our guest speaker, a daughter of Jamaica.
My name is Sheryl Lee Ralph, and I love you just the way you are. Perfect. 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 Because God does not make mistakes. God does not make mistakes when you woke up and you were in your right mind and ready to put your feet on the ground. Everybody was not given that gift. God knew you were perfect when you woke up this morning in your bad attitude. Yes. You were perfect in your bad attitude because he was hoping, or as I like to say, she was hoping, that you might see something wonderful that would help you straighten out your attitude and get it better. Straighten out yourself and get it better. Do what you need to do to walk in joy. You heard the woman talk about my book, Redefining Diva. One of the most important chapters is joy. Why joy? Because too many people don't have it, and those that do have it tend to ignore it. They see it scattered about and they cannot figure out how to embrace it. Joy. See, lack of joy is what makes you just take a job, any job, just to have a job. Joy makes you rethink. If you get up in the morning with your bad attitude, going to a job to work with people that you don't like, they don't make you feel good. Then being around them, you don't feel good about yourself. You are an unhappy person. And what is the number one thing that all unhappy persons are good at doing? Making sure everybody around them is unhappy. You know what I'm talking about? Right. You have to change that. You have to change that. Today, this is about keeping abreast. The two on your chest, too. This is Brest Cancer Awareness. Why is it that women have breasts but they can't touch them? Thank you. Thank you. Keeping abreast. And you're lucky if you have some nice big ones. You must walk like this. Yes. Don't act like you don't have them. All the things that are so wonderful about being a woman. Stop downplaying them. Because if you've got a man that's running over you, you ain't being a big enough woman. Last time I checked, Jamaica was woman country. Woman country. The land of wood and water, woman country. Here we run Jamaica. And you have to get that in your mind, what a wonderful job you are doing as a woman. Because too many of you are not happy being the fabulous woman you are. You want to talk about it in the silence of your bathroom, but you don't want to walk it into the boardroom. You don't want to walk it into the schools. You don't want to walk it out into the world. Hold on. Because you know what? I got dressed up to talk to you, and this doggone thing is no better looking than me. Thank you. I paid good money for this dress to be seen. That's right. don't take it, don't take it, don't take it, don't take it. My book is there, my glasses are there, I might need some water. You see what happened? I had arranged it, and then what happened? It got changed, but that's all right, thank you. So, I said, thank you. Because you see, that's part of the picture. Right, watch me. Yes! You must love yourself to set yourself nice up in life. All of the survivors, you got to get up in the morning, look in the mirror, and love what you see. You have got to encourage her. You have got to respect her. You have got to lift her up. You have to apologize to her. You have to hug her. You have to talk to her. You have to tell her, yes, it's possible. You have to ignore sometimes when people tell you how impossible it is. Just because it was impossible for them doesn't mean it's not possible for you. And pay no attention when they come with the susus talking about she thinks she's all that. What they have just said in their own mind is that they know they are none of that. And your grandmother and your mommy, and thank God my mommy, Miss Ivy, OD, you call it what honor of distinction, I call it original diva. My mommy, daughter of Jamaica, who said, Sheryl, you may be born in America, but you will forever be a Jamaican. Mommy, stand up, let them see how good you look at 85, honey. Come on. Stand up in your right mind and your curly locks. Yes, I have a good mother, but you heard that I graduated from university at 19. Well, I gave birth to a daughter who is born exactly 1 week ahead of me. I'm on the 30th of December. I said, oh, good, we're going to have the same birthday. And then on the 23rd of December, this one was like, lady, I'm having my own birthday. 1 week ahead of me, my daughter, the second Ivy, Ivy Coco. Wave at the people, Ivy. So I tell you, the things that our mothers taught us, and I don't care what kind of mother you had, even if you had a bad mother, you have to thank your mother for giving you life. My mother had a mother who did not know what to do with her. When she found herself pregnant in Manchester, she said, what am I going to do with this baby? Gave that baby away. Was the best thing she could have done for my mother, was to give her away, because that woman couldn't figure out what to do with her life. And the best choice was to give her child away to someone who never had a child, who raised this child, who had these children, go off, go to school, become a nurse. Thank God she found out that she was truly an artist and did her designing. All of you have daddies and uncles who had a Kariba. Yes, the Bush jacket, and changed everything about how men went into Parliament. That was my mommy, Ivy Ralph. Years later, I get a call from a woman in the Salvation Army in Kingston who's supposed to be related to us. So we go and we search because we're figuring, well, we should find this person. It's her mother. And we think about all the wonderful things that have happened in our life. And we never got to share them with this woman. And I said to this woman, what about the choice you made? And she said two things. It was the best and worst choice in my whole life. The best that I gave her away so that there could be you. So whether your mother is a good mother or a bad mother, however you look at it, you must thank them for the life that you have been given. And what about the choices that you will make in life? We're here talking about breast cancer. Do you know that breast cancer is one of those diseases that if it is caught early, you can live a good quality of life? But you have got to catch it early. You have got to be the kind of woman who can get up, be in the shower, talk to herself, and check her breast. You must all be able to do the self-breast examination. And stop acting like you don't know how to touch yourself. To touch yourself is to save your life. Then if you are fortunate enough, you must get a mammogram. How many of you have not had a mammogram? Raise your hand. Have not had a mammogram.
I'm 38.
Okay. How many of you have had a mammogram? Okay, I'm a smart woman. Too many of you in the room have not had a mammogram. By the time you get to 45, 50, you need to be making sure you're making arrangements to have a mammogram. Which means some of you might need to make an appointment 5 years in advance. Right. Okay, so you remember about 15 years ago when I was hosting Smile Jamaica? That October, well, in that October, we announced that there was going to be a van, a mobile van, moving across the island. Do you know that that is still the only one? The Cancer Society has it. It's 15 years old. It is wearing down, and we need a new one. You need a new one. So what has to happen is woman Jamaica must come together and make sure that the North Coast and the South Coast, all women get access to mammography. It is important. If you, thank you, darling. You see how if we don't take care of each other? Because I needed that glass of water. Somebody needs a mammogram. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little story. And I always tell people when I speak, I don't like to make up stories. I like to tell you stories that I have experienced. We're just going to call her Miss May. I say to Miss May, you know what? You have to really, really get into this whole self-exam thing. You got to do this, you got to go to the doctor, you got to check it out. No, you know, I don't like this, and, you know, having to feel up myself, and... Okay, I'm going to give you the book, and you're going to figure it out on your own. She learned how to do the self-examination. Months go by and she says, you know something? I think something's not right. And I'm like, you know, that's when God, you start saying, God, please don't make jokes on me, God, because I really was just trying to give her the information. So I say, okay, then maybe you should go to the doctor. Goes to the doctor, let's just say a year ago. Doctors look at the mammogram, and she says it's a little uncomfortable, because you know, when you go in for a mammogram, they take your breast, it's cold most times, because they have to keep it cold for the machine. They take your breast, they put it on a shelf, and they squeeze it. Now, you would think that would be kind of painful. It's a bit of a discomfort, but it's not bad. If you have a man you trust, ask him to squeeze it for you. But you go in and they squeeze it down and they run, you know, they run the machines and they can tell what's going on. So hers came back a little funky. A year later, she's still doing the breast exam. She says something's wrong. She goes back. She has breast cancer. So, last week, Miss May had 3 lumps removed from her breast and some of her lymph nodes as well. So all of you who say you can't touch yourself, learn. All of you who say mammogram is uncomfortable, trust me, removing 3 lumps from your breast and part of your lymph nodes is very uncomfortable. And it doesn't have to happen, because you are your own best warrior. You are your own best soldier. You are the person you have been waiting for. Nobody can fight for you like you can fight for yourselves. So I hope today, and I don't care how young you are, how young at heart you are, how old you think you are, if you are here right now, you have great things ahead of you. It's all about whether you are going to go for it. So let's get back to your job. If your job ain't making you happy, get another one. And if you, hold on, everybody says, but she can't say that.
So funny.
People have a habit of sitting on gold mines, and they don't mind their gold. They don't dig deep for their diamonds. Some of you have gifts that you have not discovered yet, and you're just really sitting on a job to prepare you to get out, get into the cave, dig deep, and find out what you were really meant to do. Some of us think we're just meant to do what it is we're doing. Maybe you're just meant to do it what you're doing right there, right now. But you're meant to do something else later. Figure it out. Some of you have great skills. Some of you have great voices. Some of you care beautifully for others. Some of you communicate. Some of you inspire others. These are things that people need and want, and if you live in your joy and can pay a few of those bills, money doesn't really matter. Because I am around rich people all the time who kill themselves, lose their minds, won't get on their medication, don't respect their families, get rid of their mothers and their fathers. Who are you? Who back to Jamaica to find peace, to find possibilities. Because when I was in the States, and some people would tell me, how dare you think that you can do all of that? What they didn't know was I'd already been in Jamaica. I'd seen the doctor. I'd seen the lawyer. I'd seen, Sister Act 2 wasn't anything new. I knew what black nuns looked like. They were the ones that didn't. The bishop, the politician, the cabbie, the girl who was selling, you know, those drinks that when you come from up there and you check the expiration, well, that's going to be no good tomorrow. So she was still going to get full price tomorrow, today, and tomorrow. But that spirit, that of course I can do it, because I am here. And so, in closing, when it comes to keeping abreast, we got to keep them. We got to take care of ourselves. We have to love ourselves enough to fight for ourselves. We have to love ourselves enough to be kind to ourselves, because the kinder you are to yourself, the kinder you can be to somebody else. I travel all the time, and when I'm on the plane, they say to me one thing over and over: put your own mask on first before you help anybody else. Put your own mask on first before you help anybody else. And in the same vein, stop worrying about the splinter in another eye when you've got a log in your own. Do what you need to do for yourself, your family, your home, your people, for you, for you, for you. Because the more you can do for you is the more that you can do for others. And there are a whole lot of others out there who need somebody fabulous and wonderful like you. My name is Sheryl Lee Ralph, and I love you just the way you are, which is perfect, because God does not make mistakes. Thank you. Thank you. You can tweet me. You can tweet me on Instagram. In fact, let's make this a tweetable moment. If you're on social media, get up.